What is up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be going over some changes Fortnite recently made, including nerfing shockwaves. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, find it helpful, informative, or interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like some more, comment down below what you think of these changes, and if you guys would like to use my code in the shop when getting anything, it is EvolvedJake, just like my channel name is, and it is underneath the webcam at all times. So for starters, Fortnite has once again reduced the spawn rate of shockwave grenades. They had already done this previously earlier on in the season, but it has now happened again. So if you're watching this video, it gets kind of confusing sometimes when Fortnite makes the same changes over and over again. But they have again been reduced, and this is by 33% in chests, floor loot, and rare chests. So it is significantly harder to get shockwaves now than it was before. And I feel like this is a percent change that you are actually going to notice. A third is a pretty significant change. In addition to the fact that there were several items added to the loot pool with the Winterfest update, and that should, in theory, make it harder to get any one particular thing anyways. One thing that did kind of help with this, though, is going to be those Winterfest items I just talked about. With Winterfest, the presents were added, and you still have a pretty good chance of getting shockwaves from opening presents. So make sure you're opening those presents. If you get like the little mini quest to bring the tag to one of the Winterfest NPCs, it's probably worth doing that because you can potentially get a present, and that should help you get more shockwave grenades. Also, Winterfest added several more like chests to each POI, and so that should hopefully help make up for, you know, the reduction in spawn rate of shockwaves. But it's going to be something that is a struggle in some matches to find this mobility item. One way that doesn't really seem affected is going to be those little side chest things that you can open on the balloons. These can only be opened once per game, but these have a really good chance of giving you shockwaves, and it doesn't seem like that was altered at all with this update. And so the balloons might be something you want to land on. I don't know if I would go that far, but it's definitely something that if I'm low on shockwaves and there's a balloon near me going to one of the stations, I might want to go check that out. Whereas previously, before, I wasn't that keen on it because it usually wasn't that hard to get shockwaves, but the balloons can help you out a lot. Another thing that's going to help you out a lot is just getting a katana. This was already incredibly important in Chapter 7, but now with shockwaves being reduced, having that katana mobility item is going to help you a lot because it's a one and done kind of mobility item. You get it, and then you have it until you've used it all up or for the remainder of the game. And most of the time playing, I rarely like break my katana without being able to get a refresh on one at some point throughout the game. So learning where those katana portals are at and trying to take advantage of those is going to be huge. Unfortunately, they aren't 100% spawn rate, so it's just kind of random game to game if that portal is going to spawn. But I pretty much always want to land in an area near one of these katana portals and hopefully get it that way. And then if you aren't able to, you can eliminate the bride at the Sandy Slots POI. And she will drop a purple one, which isn't great, but it's better than nothing. And that's the only like guaranteed way to get a katana like 100% of the time now. So that POI in of itself might be one of the better landing locations in the game, strictly because it's guaranteed purple katana, guaranteed mobility in a season where it might be getting harder and harder to get mobility with the reduction of shockwaves. So that might be something that you want to keep in mind. An aspect of mobility that was actually improved in this update is going to be cars, because both the Whiplash and the SUV will now consume less fuel while boosting, meaning you should run out of gas less often if you are someone who uses boost. If you never use the boost at all, then nothing really changed here for you, but you are able to utilize the boost a little bit more while burning a little bit less gas. This isn't a drastic difference, but it's just something that should help you out a little bit. The HP for cars was actually reduced, so they are going to be a bit weaker, and this varies by game mode. Squads was unaffected, but trios, duos, and solos all got a reduction to how much health the cars have, so it should be a little bit easier to break them. This is something that personally I am in favor of because the way people use cars sometimes in Fortnite can be pretty tilting. The fact that like you could be winning a fight and then someone gets to a car and then you just know like, all right, they're out of here. Having the car be a little bit weaker should hopefully make it to where you can potentially prevent that person from leaving. That's how I would like it to be. Like personally, I would like if the vehicles, you know, were fun to use and good to travel the map, but fragile enough to where it wasn't just like a get out of jail free card. And with this season, the main AR being the Deadeye, having a pretty low mag size, I feel like the health of cars being a little bit lower should help you kind of actually break them without needing to like reload, you know, several times over. So that's good. And then one final change in this update is going to be that there is now the potential chance to get Christmas Tree or Snowman zones rather than a circle or a triangle. This is something that the spawn rate I don't think is very high, but I haven't seen any leakers post like the hard numerical spawn rate of these Christmas Tree or Snowman zones. I have gotten the Christmas Tree zone before, but I have not seen any of the Snowman zones in game yet. But that brings the current total shapes that we can get in Chapter 7 to, you know, the regular circle, chance for the triangle, a chance for the snowman, and a chance for the Christmas tree shaped zone. But let me know down in the comments below if you've gotten any of those different zones, and let me know what you think of these changes and the, you know, further nerfing of the Shockwave spawn rate. Let me know all that down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. I used all my shocks to get to him, but I'm gonna try to push up here now. I think he's still at this roof, and then like this fight happening. Yeah, I was gonna say I think this fight happening doesn't involve him, but I was hoping that maybe he would be like over focused on it. He's still on the roof peeking. I just saw him a bit. And the other player is real. They just got a kill and they had a crown. Is this bunker in zone? It kind of is. He's going to probably late rotate with Katana. I could do the same with Shockwaves, but that only leaves me with 3 left. And then the other guy is down there. I just saw him. He's also early rotating. Since he went early, I kind of want to go late, but kind of like a game of chicken with this other guy to see who's willing to wait longer. The building isn't in zone. Nice damage. Thing. I don't know where this porta potty goes. He just came out of it. No shockwave away. This guy's just trying to like create a very random fight that'll get us third partied, and the other guy is like very adamant about third partying, I feel like. Very weak. I was gonna say I don't know if he has any mobility, so I don't know. I didn't want to use my shockwaves to push him and like get that one shot I needed because I would only have 1 left at that point. I was more worried about this other player. Zone goes back up that mountain. I would like the game to end prior to that, but I don't know. Oh, this is like so bad. Cause he like the Katana here is just like the much better movement than shockwaves. He's gonna Katana away when I push. Maybe not. He should have. I was kind of shockwaving, not too... I was trying to shockwave to a spot where I could shoot at him as he Katana'd. Because I thought me pushing him, he would just like Katana away towards zone.